truly does suck and has sucked and changed all our lives. I'm wearing the blue suit I had on 2 years ago during Carly Detlefsen's presidency when she was the president for FLDCDT. And I was the vice president, and I gave the closing on day 2. So I was hoping that maybe wearing this blue suit would give us some sense of normalcy. No conference is free or easy to put on. It takes hard work, lots of energy, time, and dedication beyond one's own regular workday. And they, the Florida DCDT Board, Florida Division on Career Development Transition Board, their blood, sweat, and tears are what made all of this possible. So I want to thank the FLDCDT Board members for all they did to make this conference possible. I admire and love them for their passion and commitment in making this happen. So I want to thank the FLDCDT board members for all they did to make this conference possible. So if you advance to the next slide, there's our pictures of our members. I want to thank Sarah, Tara, Cannon, Danny, Carly, Nick, Kim, Liz. Applause. Next slide. Megan, Cheney, Nicole, Rita, Debbie E, Rosalind, Tiffany, Joe, Patrick, Deb O, Donna, and Lindsay. I also need to, the applause don't sound very realistic right now. I really am a face-to-face person. I'd love to see everybody's smiling face. And maybe at the end of the general session or towards the end, maybe we can just have everybody turn on their cameras and we can use the emojicons and wave at each other. I really need to thank this year's sponsors because we had a lot of wonderful sponsors, and without sponsors, it's even more financially challenging to put on a conference. So I want to begin by thanking one of our best and greatest sponsors, and that is the Florida Network, the Family Network on Disabilities, FND, the Family Network on Disabilities, the Florida Center for Students with Unique Abilities, the Florida Department of Education, of course, and the Able Trust. The next slide will show more sponsors that we have this year. The Best Buddies program, the Florida Council of Administrators of Special Education, or Florida CASE, Project 10, and of course, we've got listed again the Florida Department of Education. And the next slide are some more sponsors. Discoverability, A.L. Harper Foundation, Disability Rights Florida, and the HDS Companies eHousing Plus, HDS Foundation Housing and Development Software Company. Now what we're gonna do is head to some general announcements because we want to show you how to use the EventMobi app. It's kind of a cool app. What makes this app unique and what makes this virtual conference a little different than others, we've got some pre-recorded breakout sessions, and then we're going to have every live session, almost every live session, recorded and uploaded. It's going to take some time for us to upload the recorded sessions because we are going to, as a board, transcribe them, closed caption and transcribe them so that they are accessible for all to utilize. So Danny, if you want to chime in and show them around, because Danny's like our expert. Danny and Joe and Tara are EventMobi experts, but EventMobi you're going to find cool because you can create your own schedule. We want to encourage everybody to create their own profile and engage in the discussion board. So is there anything unique we want to walk them through real quick?
Sure, yeah, just general orientation. Your homepage is here. There was a countdown timer and you have the letter from the president and just some general information. When you start adding sessions to your schedule, it will appear on your homepage. So mine looks specific to what I've chosen to attend. So yours will look different. And then you'll have discussion topics that will continually update. Just a note, as changes are made and things are updated, remember to refresh often, and that way you'll get the latest and greatest. So that's the cool thing about being virtual is we don't have a hard copy program. We can add information in real time. Also, our sponsor information is here. And then you can go for under announcements. Anytime that we have a change or just a reminder, that will go under announcements. So please be sure to check that out. This is just our general at a glance overview. And then under agenda is where you start adding sessions. So you can see it's organized by date and you have your pre-recorded sessions first. They're also, you can search by track, breakout session time, and whether it's a general session or a breakout session. You can get any of our speakers information here, and your profile actually is under attendees as well. And so that's why it's so important to start adding in your picture and your email and all of that good stuff. So I see some of us have already started to do that, and that will really help us network in this virtual environment. And then also you'll see the surveys and feedback. You can do that for any of the sessions you attend, have a survey in EventMobi. Please visit the exhibitors and sponsors. There's a lot there, and they really help support us and make this conference a success. And if you need help, contact a FLDCDT board member. We're here working for you, and there's lots of ways to contact us. You can just even click on our name and send us a message in here or an email. And then tomorrow we have our awards and our scholarship information. So be sure to check that out, because there's a lot of amazing information there to recognize transition professionals in our area. And then in documents and handouts, that is where all the handouts for your sessions are. And they're also in your sessions when you're going through each one too. So that's all there for you. Did I miss anything, Freddie?
The discussion board feature is going to be really, really neat as well. You can ask questions to each other, make comments, what you're, you can even make comments on any cool, innovative practices. Like there's an individual who's announcing his upcoming session, and how many of you feel you are improvising all day long? So the breakout session is improv for life skills. So just if you want to make comments there, as presenters, you can make comments there to get people to attend your sessions as well. And the welcome letter, where was that? Okay, and I took my time to write this, so I hope everybody takes the time to read it. And Dr. Cameron, who was last year's president, also had an excerpt in the letter as well. So we're going to move back to the opening. How are we on time? Make sure I'm good on time. So we're going to go back to the PowerPoint. Before I finish my opening remarks and introduce our inspirational nationally recognized keynote, I want to encourage everybody to go to the FLDCDT website. This is a recruitment announcement. We're at like 79 members. We'd like to reach 100 members statewide, even more, but my goal as president right now is to get up to 100. So go to the website, become a member of this wonderful organization. You don't have to serve on the executive board. Just being a member gives you access to lots of CEC, the Council on Exceptional Children, materials, information, gets you discounted tickets to conferences nationally as well as statewide, I think. It's just a wonderful organization to be a member of. The next slide. So my heart is heavy, as I'm sure is yours. Some of the greatest memories and lifelong friendships sprung from the face-to-face Visions conferences in years past, in a beautiful hotel where we could, after hours, share and celebrate, as well as commiserate about our transition successes and challenges, including helping one another with laughter and fun times. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic prevented this from happening. My heart is also heavy for Dr. Cameron, who was last year's president. With his Visions conference all set to take place, when suddenly the entire country locked down and we had to cancel twice as a board. If this pandemic has taught us anything, is the importance of love and gratitude, and that the world is a very small place. Viruses, diseases, war, pollution, prejudices, injustice, inequities, poverty, negativity, and hate can so very quickly spread and destroy us as people. We need, as the song says, just a little more love. I think we need a lot more love. The kind of love and passion we have for the students we work with every day. Love can heal this world no matter how awful it may seem at times. We need to begin our day with love in our hearts. The challenge of our jobs is that sometimes the system or unexpected things that get in the way in terms of what are thrown at us, such as curveballs, are sometimes, as well as sometimes outside influences, such as the pandemic, or even systemic ones. We all know that no system is perfect and processes are slow at times. However, with the love we have for our students and each other, together with love in our hearts, we all strive to help our students achieve that one big interconnected goal. We want every student to have a great plan that assists them to learn, engage, stay focused in order to graduate, then move on to post-secondary education and training or employment and careers, all while living independently or as independently as possible and leading to having fulfilling lives. So remember to have that love in your heart for those students and for each other. Next slide. Yeah, you can play a little bit more of the clip, Danny. Go back one and let this all. Transition is all about preparing our students for the future, and that they have within them, as we will learn from our first keynote today, the power to stand, and from our second keynote on day 2, that we must teach them to use their fearless independence so they can achieve their dreams. So the moment we've been all waiting for, our first keynote to kick off this year's conference, our speaker today has defeated all odds after suffering a severe spinal cord injury in 2010. He has been featured on the Today Show, Good Morning America, NBC Nightly News, CNN, Fox and Friends, and People Magazine. Today, he will reveal the steps to overcoming challenges and how to find the power to stand after being knocked down. Please help me give a warm welcome to Chris Norton. Use your emojicons as applause. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Freddie. Thank you for that introduction. I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. All right. Well, I hope everyone is doing well